For today's video, we have the round 12 review for Supercoach 2021. So finally we had a good week, which is really good for us, and we scored 2,032 and we're into rank 424. So we're outside the top 500. Now we're back in. So yeah, we're halfway through the season now, and the first buy round we were going to be okay for. The next buy round will be okay for. The last buy round is probably going to be catastrophic, and alcohol might make a return if I even show up, because yeah, I'm thinking about not showing up for that round because we're fielding before trades right now 12 players. 12. So we might be able to fix that to 15, but it's still going to be very ugly, and that depends on if we actually get rookies, so it might even be 14. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a problem, but yeah, we might not show up. So, you know, don't DM me, don't tweet me and say, George, where are you? Are you okay? Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I just might need the week off because it's, yeah, it's going to be, I'm not sure I'm going to even watch football that week. It's going to be too hard to watch. So we'll see. Okay, so our trades for last week was we brought in Bailey Dale. So we thought about Heaney and Langford. So with Heaney, lucky we didn't go Heaney because he was limping, and it would have been a massive meltdown on this video, but fortunately for me, don't have to do that. So Dale, number 1 generated defender by Champion Data, brought him in, bulk kickouts, so been a really good player for them, and he's their main distributor down back now. So Caleb Daniels playing up the ground. Some things might change slightly throughout the rest of the year, but I don't think it. Again, there's issues with all the forwards. We saw Nick Hind, who I was pretty keen on, play half forward, and that really threw me off. So got a bit lucky that we didn't trade him in because we were close to going him. But yeah, with Heaney, this is a lesson that I needed to like stick in my mind a bit more. Never, ever, ever trade in a player that's carrying an injury under any circumstances. So I don't know why I nearly got baited into the pick. But again, it looks like he got through most games without injury. Just had a few here and there. So with Heaney, that's what happens. He wasn't really like super injured, but I noticed that he was playing a bit deeper. His work rate was poorer, and he was limping at one stage. So that says to me that he was injury affected that game. So yeah, look, and then next week with Heaney, he might look unbelievable again. Gets a week off, so see how he goes. But yeah, it's looking like if you got him for 350, I guess he's made a bit of money. But now it's like you definitely can't possibly bring him in. But yeah, and then the next player we brought in, so we brought in Coleman Jones and Bianco for Butts and Flynn. So that worked out really, really well. So happy with those trades. So yeah, Coleman Jones, one, we actually need his money. We'll need it for our final upgrade, probably around 16 or 17. I think around 16, hopefully. So get 3 price rises out of him. So it's a bit annoying we have to depend on that, but it's just what we have to do. And then Bianco we brought in. So he's really good. He's probably going to be our cover for defense and mid for the rest of the year. So yeah, fingers crossed that he plays throughout the year and he can be our cover. But yeah, so happy with those trades. Unfortunately, they both have the bad buy, but at the same time, I feel like you can't pass them up. So yeah. So now the defense. So Lloyd and Laird, just, you know, the 2 most bulletproof options coming into the year, and lo and behold, that's still pretty much the case. Even though Lloyd was overs, you want them in your final team. So very happy with those 2. Now the next few defenders, and it's also even, I don't have Daniel or Doherty, but there's issues with those players as well. Doherty moved back to defense for a bit this today, which is good for if you have Doherty. But yeah, Daniel's playing far up the ground. I mean, May is fine. It's just some weeks he's going to score poorly, some weeks he's going to score well. So high ceiling, low floor with May. I'm okay with the May pick, but it's been slightly underwhelming. Ridley's been a disaster trade in because he's played lockdown the past few weeks. So the good thing with Ridley is he started to score more when Hind went forward. So that just meant more points in defense to go around. So he was better in the second half. So with Ridley, you don't bring him in, but if you have him, I think you still hold, unless you can flip him to Whitfield. But yeah, I think it might be just structure dependent or an opposition dependent with Ridley on and how he scores in his role. So just a frustrating pick, but is what it is, I guess. And then Jaden Short, at least Short's durable and his role is secure. So I think a lot of people want to trade Short out for Whitfield in the last buy. I don't have an issue with that. I'm personally holding Jaden Short, so I like him. But yeah. And then rookies, so we fielded Murphy and we benched Highmore. No, we benched both, I think. Yeah, so we didn't get either of those scores, so that's fine. Now, Highmore played forward, then he played midfield, and then he played defense, so he was all over the shot. So Highmore, and he was sub, so this is like, yeah, it's a bit of a dead D8 for the year, I think. And then Murphy might downgrade him, possibly, we'll see. And the midfield, so Oliver, VC, failed. We ended up captaining McRae, so I actually tweeted that I captained Merritt, but for some reason I got cold feet and panicked and just said, just let's not stress about it, just chuck the C on McRae, even though he has a poor record at Optus. But with those games at Optus, it was the other dogs mids that seemed to grab all the points for those games. And right now there's a lot of points to go around in the dogs with no Trelaw and no Dunkley. So they pretty much all go to Bont and McRae these days. So Captain McRae, that's fine. Probably should have stuck to my tweet, but yeah, just panicked at the last second. So yeah, not the smoothest decision making, but it's whatever. So Steel 140. So if you got Steel for 570, you got yourself a pretty big bargain there. So that's good. But yeah, happy with Steel. Very good player. Merritt fine. Walsh, thought he was underscored, but it's okay. And then Brayshaw. I reckon we actually have to trade Brayshaw. Just here's the thing. I was planning on holding Brayshaw, but I think now with the extra trades and how screwed our last buy is, I'm not sure we have a choice. And that's kind of why I really wish it was like best 14, because, you know, Supercoach is, I mean, there's no point complaining about this now, but you know, Supercoach at its core is like a limited trade format where you got to make good decisions and you get punished hard for bad decisions. Whereas, you know, the new trades, the extra trades, it kind of like, I'm forced. It's like you know, Supercoach is about holding your premiums, and now it's about trading your premiums. So I don't really deserve to trade Brayshaw or May, but it's something I might have to look at now, because of how the buys have worked out. That's just my opinion, but maybe other people have different opinion. So Dustin Martin, that's fine. I don't care about Dustin Martin. I just want him to play every week, and then I'm happy because high ownership and cheap, so it's whatever. RCD, this is super frustrating because we got him for 180k and he's made us nothing. He's made us like 50k. The reason why this is frustrating is because I didn't rate him as a player at all. And we still brought him in. It's just that I was worried about Lockie Jones' durability. I didn't want to be stuck with Jones at D6, and then possibly find it very difficult to upgrade. So it is what it is, but we lost that trade. But another thing with RCD is he was played at a position, and one of the biggest things with players when I look at them is their work rate. RCD's work rate is really poor. He's always trailing his opponent, getting from contest to contest. But in the contest, he's not too bad in terms of winning the ball. So we'll trade him this week because he's killed his break even probably. So really unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, Guthrie will get back this week, fingers crossed. McNeil didn't play, that's fine. And Finn is pretty much dead. So Finn just stays there for the year. The rucks. And yeah, in the rucks. So it's very interesting to see. A lot of people traded Grundy from what I've seen, and whether it's I think Riley O'Brien was the play because it came out this week that Rob is now over a back issue that he's had in the early stages of the year, which would explain his really poor form. So it sounds like he's over that, and he's really cheap. So I think Rob was the play. If you were trading, I'm personally holding. We fielded Coleman Jones 86. That's completely fine. And hopefully we get a decent score from Reeves this week when we bring him in. So we'll see how that goes. Gorn, we should have vice captain, but that's fine. But yeah, with Grundy, it's like, I hope he's okay for the rest of the year, because it's just a weird injury, and one where I think Buckley said they're waiting for the inflammation to go down. So the plan was to rest him for 3 weeks. So we'll monitor that. Really hope he comes back after the bye. And then the forward line, we had quite a few donuts here. Bailey Dale was very good. He was okay. He wasn't outstanding, but he exited defense a fair bit. So yeah, he was good. Chad Warner, his score dropped off for us, and RCD's score dropped off for us. So really disappointing holding him. So we just held the wrong rookies, and it breaks me heart watching Dev Robertson average like 80 over the last 3 after we traded him for 280k, because he stuffed his break even and he was getting no mid time. So now he's getting like 70% mid time. So just another bad rookie decision this year. I think the getting in Bose and then rookie management has pretty much killed us this year. And the rookie mismanagement, we've mismanaged about 6 different rookies. But it is what it is. And then Porter's been an unbelievable rook. I think we'll have to trade him next week, but I really wish we could hold him a bit longer. It's just his buy, and we can't get another donut. So that's what I guess just have to deal with that. And then Waterman, I guess it was good to get a contribution from Waterman. We need him to hold his spot after the bye. So fingers crossed for that. Okay, let's go shopping. So now our trades. So I think just about every man and his dog is going to go Flynn out. So we'll get rid of, I'm just trying to think, who do we get rid of? So RCD out. And who's the other one? McNeil out. Must be the only person with a McNeil still. So everyone will probably grab Whitfield this week. I think he's break-even 70 odd, so I think you have to get him. Some people with 6 defenders might want to trade someone with their bad buy. So some people might go Ridley out. I think I need Ridley's score in the last buy round. And then some people might go Short or May out if you have them. But yeah. And then we need to bring in a rookie. So Porter will go to the mids. CCJ forward. And then we'll bring in Reeves. So we'll lock those 2 trades in. Now we have 30k. So now we'll just look at the team, not including buys at the moment, and see what it looks like. So we'll just quickly go through the team and potential issues. So 4 primo defense, 4 primo midfield, 4 primo rucks, and then we need to upgrade Dusty's here, I guess. So we need to upgrade Warner to a mid and Coleman Jones to a forward, basically, later on, I think. So 9 trades left, so that's a good spot. It's just we're going to bleed to death in the last buy round. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet, but we'll look at the risk profile of our team, because I think we're actually going to risk going down to 2 trades for injury coverage. The plan was to go for 3, but now with these extra trades and then how screwed our buy round is, and the fact that I think we need to pay up for Bont or Parrish, or even Lyons, that I'll still have to make a decision on that. I'll think about that next week, but for now, I think, yeah. So the team, the risk profile is, these players, like Whitfield, Short's durable, Lloyd all durable. Mays had no soft tissue issues for 2 years. Ridley's durability is not too bad. Whitfield's is not great, but at least it's not soft tissue history. So he's played, he only has to get through 12 games. He gets through most games anyway. So it's just the contact injuries that happen here and there. He looks good, so happy with Whitfield. The midfield is all really, really durable. I think Guthrie had a soft tissue injury 2 years ago. I guess I'm very conservative. And Brayshaw had the calf issue. And then Dusty's had like a few 1 or 2 week issues over the past few years. But other than that, these guys don't really miss. So really, it's not... Durability shouldn't really be an issue here. Rucks, well, we'll see. we'll have Reeves to cover for a while. And then the forward line is... So Zeeble is fine. I assume he holds his backline role for the year. Bailey Dale is fine. I think his durability is pretty good. Aaron Hall is always going to be a slight concern. He had a groin injury before round 1. It was a minor one, and he's been getting... He had a bit of treatment on his hamstring during last week, so that pick scares me a little bit. But again, with short-term injuries, we hold. Long-term, we trade. So even if we get a 3-week injury, we'll just have to field Waterman, we'll field Bianco, we'll field whatever, Murphy, unfortunately. Impey's, we have to monitor Impey's role because he changed, I think, for half a game last week, if I recall correctly. I didn't see the game, it's what I read. And yeah. So I think the health of the team is okay. Going down to 2 trades, it's going to be a little concerning. I don't feel comfortable doing that, but I feel like it's worth the risk because there's a lot of points to be gained in that last buy round with trades. So we'll see. One more trade I want to do actually before we sign off is, and we'll quickly look at the forward line actually as well. So we need to get a rookie pop up. So if Newcomb plays, or maybe we just do this anyway because Warner's break-even stuffed. Newcomb will play at some stage from what I've read, and I think I read AFL Drafts Expert on him. He should average like 65 to 75, but we'll see. So I'm not sure he plays, but we might even do the trade anyway. Because if we're fielding an extra rookie in round 14, we're probably just only getting an extra 50 points or so. So it's like whatever. Well, hopefully we get rookies pop up. If not, I'm not sure I want to do this, but I'll read a bit more on Newcomb's availability during the week. So I'd love to do that. And then next week it'll be Poulter to Langford. And then we'll do something with Brayshaw. We'll have 50k. So we could go straight to Josh Kelly, or we could do something to get to Bontempelli. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, I think we'll go through the forwards real quickly. Just very briefly. So we'll go total points, forward line. So right now we're looking at, if we don't go Langford, who would we pick? So Zorko's pretty much gone. He's suspended. We can't afford him. We have Zeeble. We have Dale. Tom McDonald is an interesting one. Averaging pretty well this year. I don't know if I can stomach a key forward, but he's been unbelievable this year. Nick Hind was the one we were going to get. Unfortunately, now that he's gone half forward, I don't know if he stays there. I doubt it, but he could be thrown there at any time, and that will kill his scoring. Tex might have been better than Heaney, actually, but with Tex, his durability is not super great, so just fade him. Dusty we have, and then Tom Hawkins, bit expensive, and then I don't really want to sit through key forwards, to be honest, but I guess Tom Hawkins has enough scoring avenues and proven history. And then Kyle Langford is pretty high on total points for someone who's played wing for the first 8 games. So yeah, he's moved inside. So nothing, not Norton, not side bottom with his buy. Nothing really appeals here. I think we just have to go Langford. And then we'll see how McGrath's injury looks. So anyway, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you guys soon.